This shit about to be hard,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, like I gotta pee.
This is business. Business is where you are now. But what got you here is your word and your reputation. With that alone, you still got an open line. Without it, you're done.
I grind hard.
You're done.
I never get no sleep.
Chipped the nail, but oh well. Hello, planet Earth. Coming live to you from Detroit, Motor City. Welcome to No Filter with your host,
Lady T.
and I'm your host, co-host rather, Brandon Heat. Let's just get into it.
Coming straight out of my studio because I was supposed to be doing some music, but from a show that we recorded a day ago.
Yeah.
I have to give shouts out first to Free.
Yeah. Shout out to Free.
And because
Word.
of Free, this kind of, if you will, snowball into the next subject that we're talking about. First of all, like Free said, in every segment I will bring up in the black community, we need to get schools out there. Talking to my black billionaires and millionaires, get together and get schools out there. So where it don't teach nothing but about politics and finances in the black community. Again, the P and the F, politics and finances, okay, in the black community. Nothing else. Not history, not math, but just finances and politics in the black community. It's very important. This is nothing to play with. Remember that. It don't cost nothing to get together to get that. Put that in us and everything else. We'll talk about that later. With that being said, we're going to go on with what the issue is. Mr. Banks, would you like to tell them what our issue is about?
Well, there was an issue provided and inspired by my man Free earlier from a day ago, and he spoke. In fact, both of y'all was speaking on, of course, the most critical of subjects that's affecting us the most is our relationship between us and law enforcement, and they're catching more of a bad rap right now, more than ever before. You and Free was discussing earlier some of the reasons why, and I don't need to. I would go into detail, but I really don't, because practically, if it's not in our news feeds on the social media, hell, it's in the news feeds over the airwaves. We're constantly getting it all the time. About our treatment, when it comes to dealing with law enforcement. It's nothing new. But there's new ideas that's being formulated within the black community, and from what I've heard, Detroit has an idea that's being quite effective at the moment. It's been mentioned about the Detroit 300. A little organization that decided, that we're better off policing ourselves, which is not a
Come in, Alexis. Continue.
which is not a bad idea at all. You know what I'm saying? It's
This is
very
my
critical.
Daughter, I'm sorry, we're talking about a serious thing. She's a millennial, so her point is important. So, I would like to ask her while she's sitting here, she can, give you guys a word or two, perhaps. But this is my daughter, Alexis. Alexis, say hi. This is everybody, No Filter.
Hi.
This is Alexis.
This is my daughter, the baby.
Hey, Lex.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
Yeah.
She's just getting off from work. But we're talking about something very crucial about black people policing themselves, we need to find within our community how to police ourselves with everything going on with the police and come up with ideas how to do that within ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come sit down next to your mama and share this millennial thought. Okay. And this is a millennial baby.
Okay.
What do you suggest?
Yeah.
You're a millennial, what do you suggest?
And what was your? Have you ever had experience?
Or any of your friends, let's say, have you experienced it? Not secondhand, just have you experienced
DWB, driving while black.
Okay.
Got pulled over for absolutely no reason.
What is it called again?
DWB,
And what that stand for?
driving while black.
And how old are you?
22.
Okay. And continue. How do you feel about that?
I just feel like there's better things to be done, especially in the city of Detroit, than pulling people over for just because they black. I feel like, you know, that instead of doing that, you can be protecting our city or actually caring about what's going on instead of pulling people over for no reason. And most of the time, they give us tickets, high tickets, for not having insurance when the insurance is high in Michigan anyway. So I feel like they should be more lenient and understanding, especially if you're under 25. That's a factor as well. It's just, yeah, it's a lot.
It's a shame, and that's a millennial. That's a millennial, but you know, this is my show. It's no filter, so everything is unpredictable. You know, it's my child. I'm not going to stop my cameras, and I'm not going to deny my child. So let me give my child a kiss and get her the hell up off my set. Love you, Lex.
And keep me posted about Kill la Kill and Akame ga Kill.
We'll get on the anime later on.
And we're back.
Thank you,
You
Alexis.
got something to eat in there?
No, I don't.
Some snacks?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't have
I'm
any
back.
food. I got this for
She
me.
got bags due when y'all, you know, I need snacks.
Right,
And
right. And snacks is definitely, it's a most definite.
I got you.
Love you. Okay. Sorry.
All well and good.
Her.
I like her. I like her.
I like her too. I like her too. Now we know that was an important subject, but again, speaking of the black community, one thing we're strong on about our roots is our children. So even while the cameras is rolling, I'm gonna stop everything for my seeds. So let's get back to the subject.
Yeah, but that was
it was
right on time.
It was. You know, it was crazy.
That was right on time because you heard experience from and the younger generation. They're really catching it harder than we caught it, and you know what I'm saying, in our generation. So for an idea like the Detroit 300, black men and citizens, mostly black, to get together and be like, you know what, before you call the police, call us.
Yeah. And we'll find our own people, and then we'll call the police to make sure that they get to the police safely. Because we're not condoning what they do. We don't want to hear that. Well, you guys think, no, we know what's going on. If somebody, robbing somebody and hurting somebody, lock their asses up. I don't care what color you are.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you're just pinpointing black men and they can't live because they're going to get some Skittles in Arizona, it don't make sense.
And they ended up dying,
It
literally.
makes no sense.
Behind just the profiling or assumptions that, hey, just because he's wearing this, and this, automatically classify him as a criminal of the criminal type. T.
But, that's another subject because we get real deep. So we don't want to get real deep. We'll get another show. And please feel free to just put it down in the comments. Come up with suggestions so we can remember that we talked about that. But we're going to get back on the subject of policing ourselves.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I wanted to say that what we need to do, and everybody out here listening, and I'm talking to everybody, but because of talking within my community, I am talking to my brown people, we need to, like, if anything happened, like domestic violence, anything like that, instead of sitting around recording this shit and then not doing anything about it, then the police come and you watching the police sit up here and beat one of us and slam us and disrespect us, and you sitting there recording it and saying it's a shame the police did that, was a shame. What did you not do? You could have put your camera down and picked up the phone, and then while you was picking up, as you recording, I should have been hearing you with somebody else's phone calling, saying this is what's going on to this citizen, this black citizen right here that pay their taxes right here, and keep on recording it because we don't want to discourage our sisters and brothers to stop recording. We want you to keep recording.
Need the evidence.
We do. But we need for us to do it in a dignified way so we can save each other instead of making asses out of ourselves. And we need to make sure that they be accountable. They have to be accountable for what they do to us. And as long as we record, and keyword, record. At all time, record. If you're driving past, and when you see him, if you see him do a U-turn, everybody in the car, stop what you're doing, record. Record, no matter what it is, record. And don't be sassy. You ain't got to be no punk. I ain't telling y'all to go out there and be Toby or Kizzy from Roots, you know. But we can be ourselves and be dignified, you know. But, you know, don't cause yourself to get hurt because we already know what we got to fight. This is why we're talking about this matter so we don't have to be sitting up here continuing to do this for the future with our children's children. We want to stop this while we can, you know, and it's really important. I just feel that when things go, when it's minor things in the community, like fights and arguments, help as a community. If somebody is hurting a baby or somebody even shoots somebody, and you know, y'all can hold them down, you know, until the police come. Okay? Make sure that they, no matter what, make sure they get to justice and safely. And, you know, go ahead. Make sure he don't die. The point is make sure they don't die. It ain't about that we think that they're innocent about everything. Is the point that we just don't want them to die. You know, we want them to, even though they shot somebody, go be able to see a judge. You know, go in front of be able to get sentenced. We never even make it to go see a judge. That's the irony of it. We never even make it to go see a judge. It's a shame. You know, and I'm about to get really real with y'all, and I've always been real, but I've never, and that's a blessing, I have never had the experience of being on the other side, not of the fence, or of this camera, of the tears of Trayvon Martin's mom. All the rest of the young men out there that got killed, you name them off, you know. If you know them, you know, all of them. You know, the Sandra, you know.
Yeah.
What went
Oscar
on with
Grant.
her, you know, Karan, is it?
Yeah, Philando.
You know.
Yo, old dude in South Carolina got shot in the back. It just, we can go down the list of the knowns and even of the unknowns.
Y'all know that. And the thing is, with that being said, is I don't want to be on the other side of those tears, meaning I have a black son, a male. My son will be 21 years old, August the 21st this year. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a very strong-minded woman. And it's going to probably make a lot of y'all mad when I say this. I've never once worried about the police. My son has never had a problem with the police. He's always been a black man without a problem with the police. You know, he got pulled over a couple of times by the police. They didn't give him a ticket, and he was okay. Now, we have policemen in our family. I salute and appreciate what the police do. Keep policing everybody, all of us. You know, do the job. I stand for you. I am down for you, with you, love you. And if I see anybody do you wrong, I'm going to be the one on the other end of the phone calling to tell them that I seen them harm you. We just want the same respect. You know, you'll get more respect from the black community. Follow these instructions. See, y'all go with the kit and then little secret meeting instructions that y'all wrote, the recipe that y'all wrote. Now I'm going to tell you the answer and the secret, how to succeed. If y'all polite to us and treat us like human beings, when y'all see us and don't assume we're doing something wrong, when y'all come to our community with a smile on your face, with the windows rolled down at ease, not with your hand on the trigger, but with your hand up waving high, that makes a difference. When you get out the car and not just cruising past, being intimidating, when you stop and say, hey, how's it going? The fellas that's on the corner that's hanging out, they get to know y'all and say, see that you all right. Then y'all get to know their name. They get to know your name is Sergeant so-and-so, not those assholes or those fucked up cops. Y'all need to understand, it's about respect and humanity. It's y'all work on humility and think that y'all got to do it y'all way. It's not y'all way. It's everybody's way. That's where y'all need to understand. Don't sit down with the people in Congress. That's where y'all failing again. Sit down with the people in the neighborhood that y'all police and see what they think. Come up with a solution together. You know, together. And everybody's thing don't work for their city, so you can't go to Supreme Court and Congress with this saying this is the right way to fix this. No, there's no right way to fix it. The right way to fix it is to do every individual city, sit down and see the crime rate and what's going on and how you can personally design a way to police that city. That is the way to fix it. And start with community relations. That's where you start off first and foremost. Just learn how to raise your hand and say hi and not put your hand on the trigger. And I promise you, they'll learn to not reach for their hip as well. And they'll raise their hand and say hi. And then even if y'all see them doing something illegal, because we have, let me make it clear, we have police officers that's in Detroit, that's in California, Chicago, you know, Tennessee, everywhere, that's good cops that walk around, that's comfortable, that's on the beat, that can get out their car, that we know by first name. And they will say to the guys that's doing it, you know you're not supposed to be sitting out there drinking that beer. And what will they do? They be like, you right. You know, officer so-and-so, and they'll close up their beer and walk away. And you know what? Then nobody gets slammed to the ground over something mediocre. You know, the officer didn't become a hero or kill somebody or take a black life. And he went into that store and bought whatever he was buying and went on about his business. That black man survived, and that officer went on about his business. And then still to this day, he can get out of his car, and everybody around here knows these officers. So that's where you need to start at. Where the respect is at. You know, they doing their job and they respecting us. They ain't talking at you, they talking to us. It's a difference. There's a difference talking at and to. It's just, you know, it's just, y'all, it's just so much. You just got to be in our shoes, and it's what it is, you know.
This shit about to be hard.
This is business. Business is where you are now. But what got you here is your word and your reputation. With that alone, you still got an open line. Without it, you're done.
I grind hard.
You're done.
I never get no sleep. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know I grind hard. I never get no sleep. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know I grind. Bitch, nigga, I grind. Bitch, nigga, I
money all day and treat him like a dog? How I'm supposed to treat him? I don't know. You ain't gotta punk him like that.
Punk yourself. You goddamn drug addict.
And you a goddamn drug dealer.